we have the greatest
show
of all time. We have a man that in his own modest way can tell you,
I don't like it. I'm just telling you the truth.
You like it?
No! Listen to my fucking ranting. Listen to what you do to me. I don't believe you anymore.
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in.
Hosted by
This guy that ran with every woman that would have him from the time he was 15. You like it?
Yeah.
You want one?
And 90,000 people watching.
Woo!
In my moment of glory. Yeah, no, I'm living a nightmare.
I don't trust you. The fucking time. You make me want to smoke. You fucked my damn...
Justin Draven.
Wow, Mr. Sarcasm.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Marks. That's right, it's the only channel that really rocks QRUP, the quick roll-up pin. Welcome back to Calling All Marks. I'm your ever so gracious, ever so humble, ever so handsome host, Justin Draven. And if this is your first time, welcome to Calling All Marks. And if this is not your first time and you're just a satisfied customer, welcome back. And if you just want to like, comment, and subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll be aware of all this great content I'm always dropping for you guys. And if you're unsure about dropping your kids off at the Benoit Family Daycare, you might be a wrestling fan. And if you are a wrestling fan, hit like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Here's a hot take for you. Wrestlers should be in the Screen Actors Guild, and they should get royalties for being on television, and they should get health insurance through the Screen Actors Guild, because it's not an actual sport. It is a live stunt show with acting and comedy. So they're professional stuntmen who can act in front of a live crowd in a live capacity. So it's televised weekly. I think they should be recognized by the Screen Actors Guild. They should unionize. I think they should be forced. And they should get royalties. And I think because we're all hip to the game now, dude, don't make the ring so goddamn hard. Like, we get it. You can put a little bit of padding on there. Like, you don't have to be throwing yourself on the plywood. Put like some gym mats under there or something. You can still use the sound effects. You can still put the stuff under the ring that makes the sounds. But Jesus, put a little bit of padding on them rings. Put some years on the careers of all them wrestlers. I think wrestlers should have access to the intellectual IP that they make famous on television, no matter where they go. So if they get a character in WWE and they make it famous, they get their little blue check verified on Twitter, then they should be able to keep that name. WWE gets a cut, or whoever gets a cut. Everyone's happy. Now, I don't know if they have to form a union themselves prior to being recognized by the Screen Actors Guild, but I think that should have been a law by now, that no matter what television shows on TV, each performer should be part of the Screen Actors Guild. I mean, like I said, it's not a sport, so they're not actually out there competing. It's a scripted event with live stunts and crowd interaction. That's it. It's just a live show on television. It's scripted. So they should be part of the Screen Actors Guild. It would keep a lot of people happy. Even the people low on the totem pole. Because they'd be at least getting the benefits of being in the Screen Actors Guild. So it doesn't matter if they're making top money. And I don't know how any of that works, but if they're in the Screen Actors Guild, maybe they can get sponsors and stuff. I think that's how that works. I'm not positive. Like I said, I'm still new to even podcasting, so I don't know how any of this works. But it seems like it would make sense, right? All the wrestlers unionize. Go to the Screen Actors Guild. Get your Screen Actors card. get all the benefits, get your royalties, keep your contracts happy. It seems like a win-win. Excuse me. Put some padding on them rings to add some years to the careers of these wrestlers. I bring it up because I was watching an old episode of Jesse the Body Ventura on, maybe actually Opie and Anthony. And he was talking about how he wanted to get a union in professional wrestling and get into the Screen Actors Guild. And not for nothing, that guy's a visionary, because why haven't they? They're independent contractors, for one. So all this exclusivity stuff is bullcrap. How WWE gets away with a lot of it, specifically WWE, is beyond me. Because as an independent contractor, they can tell them when they're coming. They could send a replacement if they don't feel like going, because they're an independent contractor. They have their own LLCs. So with that, they shouldn't be withholden to any entity except themselves, really. Any wrestler right now in WWE could technically go to AEW, to NWA, to Impact, just to show up for a night, because they're independent contractors. So they don't technically have a boss. They're their own boss. So they could technically go to another show. So why doesn't anyone do it? Why does WWE scare them? Especially nowadays. Now would be the perfect time to unionize. I mean, 100%. Imagine, in the current climate of today's world, how WWE would look in the public's eye if they gave any sort of pushback to the wrestlers wanting to unionize. Imagine how that would look. Not good. Not good. And WWE is very keen to looking very good in the public eye. So they would probably not give much pushback. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know if anyone's going to be brave enough to attempt it. But I know someone should look into it. And I know that they would say that there's like loopholes because their headquarters is in Connecticut and they do most of their work in Florida, but most of their talent lives in Florida. So, I mean, there should be a way around that. Someone smarter and who's dedicated their life to that sort of thing should look into that. They should look into letting wrestlers keep their intellectual properties that they make famous. They should look into getting into the Screen Actors Guild and unionizing. They should look into softening up the rings, because we all know it's a work. There's no need for these people to be killing themselves for our entertainment. They should be looking into why Vince McMahon and WWE can run the kind of operation that they're running legally when all their performers are considered independent contractors. Someone should look into a lot of this stuff. And I know people have brought up the topics and the subjects before, and it's been brought to the attention of people, but how come no one's really ever followed through with it? You would think by now, especially with the way things are, where people demand justice, this would be the perfect time to do it. And I only bring it up because of all the recent releases in WWE. It got me thinking, like, how fucked up it is that they're not taken care of after they leave, and they can just be fired after sacrificing their bodies. Not just their time and their skill, their bodies. They should get hazard pay as well. But they sacrifice their bodies and they could just get fired. And they don't get anything. How is that right? I mean, there's no insurance. If they get injured, that's it. Look what happened to Droz. I mean, I don't even know his situation. Do they still take care of Droz? I mean, did he have insurance from the NFL? I really don't know. But are they still taking care of him? I think they should at least try to figure that situation out. And that's why all the other stuff, like the Screen Actors Guild and stuff, that'd be a step forward in that direction. Because they have nothing once they get fired. And you would think sacrificing your body and potentially your life for a company and a business that gives you nothing in return except not instant, but I mean, it's monetary gains, but temporary monetary gains. It's not even guaranteed to last. So I think they should get something in compensation for that. What do you guys think? I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I don't know. Like I said, I was listening to that interview and I just started thinking, like, why aren't these things attacked or addressed? I think they should be. And I'm almost positive all the wrestlers think so too and talk about it amongst themselves, but none of them actually say anything or cause a stink because they're afraid that they'll be fired. Well, now there's more than one other company to go to. The internet has never been more supportive. It's never been more inclusive. Never been more easy to reach people. Well, unless you're me. Get like 4 views. It's okay, I love you guys because you're my true fans. Well, we're friends. We're not fans. You're not fans, you're friends. But unless you're me, it's easy to reach people. So there's really no worries to getting fired from WWE. So maybe someone should just cause a big fuss.